Hey English learners, welcome back to the NHŊT podcast. Your go-to English podcast for learning English step by step in a fun and simple way. I'm Aaron. And I'm Aaron. Aaron, how are you today? I'm doing great, thanks. A little busy, but I'm staying positive. This morning, I spilled coffee on my shirt. And instead of crying about it, I thought, well, at least now I have a reason to wear my favorite hoodie. That's good thinking. For me, it was coffee too. I was so excited to drink it that I forgot to put the mug under the machine. Suddenly, the coffee was everywhere, except in my cup. No, did you panic? For a second, yes, but I thought, well, at least my kitchen smells like coffee now. That's the spirit. See, learners, life is little actions every day. The trick is whether complain or laugh about it. But Aaron, have you noticed? Our podcast is never complete without coffee in it. That's true. Somehow coffee always sneaks into our story. Maybe that's why many our listeners grab a coffee before tuning in. Yeah. But you know what, Aaron? But something else that gave me the more energy than coffee this week. Oh? What's that? Our challenges video is blew up. We got so many comments, so many likes. Learners from all over the world shouting, it's good or more challenges. Honestly, that kind of response gave me just a boost positive energy. Yes, you guys were amazing. The energy was unbelievable. People writing. I survived B1. I made it to B2. I pushed through T1. And some brave souls even says, I conquered C2. So here we are with another one. But listen, we accept the same crazy energies again. Keep commenting, keep liking, and let English learners everywhere know this challenge is waiting for them. That's right. And don't be shy. If you start at B1, write it proudly. If you make it C2, brag a little. You earn it. Yes, bragging rights are absolutely allowed. And remember, a comment section is not just for fun. It's your free writing practice. Every time you type your thoughts, you're sharpening your English. And here's the bonus. Many of you ask for it. You upload a PDF transcript of this episode. You find it in the description. Use this read along, review vocabulary, and shout out the sounds at your own pace. That way, you don't just listen. You practice all four skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Perfect. So grab your coffee, put your phone on silent, and get ready. Because today's challenge is about something powerful. A mindset that's truly changed how I use the word. The secret power of positive thinking. Or in a simple words, learning to look on the bright side. Yeah, seriously, this topic is close for all of us. Positive thinking is not just about smiling and pretending everything is fine. It's about training your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems. I agree, and that's what I choose for today's challenge. At first, I will start simple, P1 English. Then those levels rise, B2, C1, and C2. The language will get richer, the idea deeper, and maybe a little psychological. That's right. So let's begin. Level 1, B1 English. Okay, learners, let's start simple. Positive thinking means choosing a good thought instead of a bad one. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I'll try, I'll learn, I can do it. Yeah, and notice, the problem doesn't disappear. The exam is still there. The work is still there. But you're feeling challenged because your thought changes. But that's right. It's like a small switch in your head. One thought makes you feel heavy, another one makes you feel light. Like carrying a backpack. If you say, this is too heavy, I hate it. the back feels heavier. But if you say, this is exercise, this is making me strong, the back feels lighter. Sandbag, different feeling. That's not a good example. Learners, remember this. Positive thinking doesn't mean the problem is gone. It means your mind says, I can handle this. And you know what? Positive thinking is also about focus. If you always look on the negative side, you miss the small good things around you. Like when you get one mistake on test, a negative thinker says, oh no, I'm terrible. A positive thinker says, I got many answers right. I fixed the mistakes. Same text are two different feelings. Yes, that's why people say your thoughts create your word. If your thoughts are always negative, your words feel dark. If your thoughts are positive, your words feel brighter. So learners, here you take away. Positive thinking is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about training your brain to look for solutions instead of problems. Right? And that's level 1. Simple, clear, and powerful. Did you survive? If yes, congratulations. But don't relax just yet. It's time for level 2. B2 English. This level will get a little more serious, but sentences will be longer, the vocabulary richer, and the idea deeper. That's right. We'll talk about how positive thinking connects responsibility and daily habits. Are you ready? Let's go into level 2. So, here's the thing. A lot of people think positive thinking is just sitting back. It imagines good things will happen. But here's the truth. If you don't take action, those positive thoughts are going to turn into empty promises. Exactly. Imagine this. You have an exam tomorrow. You sit there repeating, I will pass, I will pass, I will pass. That's time for motivation. But if your books are still closed or you never study, well, you shouldn't have to face the music. True. Or think about fitness. You can say, I'll be healthy, I will lose weight. But if your idea of exercise is only walking to the fridge, then, let's be real, the results will change. Yes. So here's the point. Optimism should go always hand in hand with action. Positivity gives you energy, but action turns the energies into the results. And how do we make sure that optimism stay alive? By practicing it every day. Optimism is not a one-time thing. It's a like muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Right. Small habits are stricted. For example, many successful people write down 3 good things that happen every evening. That gratitude. Our start to boring, the repeat a positive phrase like, I can handle whatever comes my way today. And thus practice it, you'll train your brain. You begin with the problem differently. You miss the bus. Instead of panicking, you may say, okay, at least I have 10 minutes to breathe, or maybe listen to my favorite English podcast. Which, of course, is ours. Always look at the bright side, right? Right. It's like every cloud has a silver lining. Even toxic situations, you can find a small benefit if you choose to see it. That's an important shift. And learners, remember this. Optimism is not a gift that's one people and others don't. It's a skill. It's a choice. And with practice, it becomes a habit. So the secret of level 2 is this. Don't just think positive. Live positive. Build habits. Train your brain. Combine optimism with action, and you see a real change in your life. Nicely, Aaron. But because if you only dream but never act, then optimism is just fantasy. But when you take responsibility and create daily habits, optimism becomes a powerful tool. So that's to level 2. More detail, more depth, and more idioms. Did you survive? If yes, Well done. But now, buckle up. You're moving to level 3, C1 English. This is where the sentences get longer, the vocabulary gets richer, and the ideas get a little heavier. Exactly. From here, it's not just about daily habits anymore. At level 3, we talk about setback failures and how positive thinking helps arise again and life knocks us down. So, listeners, if you're ready, step into the 3, C1 English. At this level, we live in behind survival level positivity. Now, it's about resilience, ability to rise from setbacks, not with a smile on your face, but with strength carrying to the character. It's so true. Life is hard way throwing curveball. You study for months and still have the exam. You pour your heart into projects and collapse overnight. You trust someone deeply and they disappoint you. In those moments, negative whisper, "Why bother? You are not good enough." But a positive thinking rewrites a narrative. Failure is no longer final. It's become more formative. A setback is no longer a dead end, a detour, even a doorway. It's like saying, "Fall 7 times, stand up 8. That's just optimism. That's grace in action. And this is where perspective matters. An optimist doesn't deny the storm. They acknowledge the thunder, the rain, the darkness. But they also keep your eye fixed on the horizon, knowing the storms pass. Negative thinking builds walls, but positive thinking builds bridges over the flood. I was resilient, but just survive hardship. They metabolize it. They discard the pain, extract meaning, and convert it into the fuel for growth. That's the kind of positive that's trend from strategy into drama. And psychology backs this up. Study shows our optimistic individuals don't avoid pain. They confront it. They frame it differently. Where one person says, "This is punishment," another says, "This is preparation." A single shift interests to change entire trajectory of life. Think about it. Two people face the same crisis, yet one sinks on other shores. The difference is luck, it's mindset, and mindset learners. It's something you can train. So here's the challenge for you at level 3. Reflect on the setback in your life. How did you use this right in the time? What is the end of the road? What could be the best start of something new? That's the power of positive thinking at this level. Not shallow cheerfulness, but profound resilience. Resilient, 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 resilient. If you survived level 3, congratulations. You negative habit vocabulary, layers, idioms, and more complex idea. But don't get too comfortable, because level 4, C2 English, is next. And there, we go beyond resilience into the psychology itself. At this level, we're not just practicing English, we're exploring how positive thinking shapes our identity, our meaning, and even the way we define life well lived. That's right. This is the final pause level of challenge. Sentences will flow faster, the idea will feel deeper, and the language will mirror the way native speakers think and reflect in real conversations. So, learners, if you make it this far, take a moment to be proud. If you survive all the way to level 4, are you ready for the ultimate test? Then let's begin. Level 4, C2 English. At this stage, we must confront a paradox. Positive thinking, if reduced to mere cheerfulness, becomes superficial, and if never optimism, it'll crumble at the first signs of hardship. True positive is not a blind denial of pain. It's all of transmuting adversity into the meaning. Precisely. It's tempting to treat positivity as a required max, but training optimism is closer to inner discipline. To deliberate act of reframing is asked, what's the significance outside of difficulty? How might this struggle shape me into someone wiser, steadier, more resilient? Resilient is a powerful idiom. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. The metaphor runs deeper than it seems. Life's turbulence is inevitable. Storms are non-negotiable. But the choice lies in whether we thrive helplessly or discover balance within the chaos. And here is the philosophy and tries in psychology. Mr. Frank agrees suffering. Straight meaning is unbearable, but suffering with a Y become endurable. In other words, the mind can transform anguish into the growth by acting into the purpose, which leads us to profound truth. Positive thinking is not about predicting perpetual sunshine. It's about cultivating its conviction. Even the darkest night contains constellation. Think positively at the highest level to recognize that despair and hope are not opposites, but partners in shaping depth of character. That's the beautiful said. I often think like a tapestry. Joy, sorrow, failures, and triumph is in a thread. Isolated, its darker strands may be still ugly, but woven together in the tension, create a pattern far richer than perfection alone could offer. That's the point. And here's like the challenge for our listeners. Are you content with great illusions, applause, projections, fleeting comfort? Or are you weaving something enduring, a legacy, a narrative of a resilient, abiding purpose, rather than circumstance? That's the essence of C2 English. Nuanced agreements, abstract metaphors, complex structures. If you make it far, you not only stretch your language, you stretch your thinking. Congratulations, learners. You survived the final pause, and perhaps like us, you realize that ultimately secret of positive thinking is not simply a better day, but to build them thread by thread, thought by thought. And if along the way you found some of the vocabulary difficult, don't worry, because you covered it. Yes, we prepared a complete PDF guide with all the key vocabulary examples and even practice questions. You'll find it in the description below. Grab it, read along, and use the shadow sentences at your own pace. That way, you're not just listening, you're actively learning. And don't forget to leave a comment. Tell us which level to 5, B1, B2, C1, or even C2. Your comment is not just feedback, it's just writing practice. Every time you share your thoughts, you're improving. So keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep building that positive mindset. See you in the next episode of NHถี่podcast.